Um, I still got Kendrick up, but I absolutely love everything that's happened since you and I sat down last.
What's up, everybody? So, in October last year, Drake released his 8th album titled For All the Dogs, which featured a collaboration with J. Cole called First Person Shooter. In one verse, Cole suggested that he, Drake, and Kendrick Lamar were the big three of the current era of hip-hop. To quote his exact lyrics, he rapped, "Love when they argue who the hardest MC, is it K-Dot, is it Aubrey, or me, with the big three like we started a league." The song debuted at the top of the US singles chart, becoming Drake's 13th and Cole's first #1 song. The achievement meant Drake tied with Michael Jackson for the most #1 singles by a male solo artist. Then a week later, Taylor Swift's Cruel Summer replaced them at #1, and the moment seemed to have passed. But privately, Kendrick Lamar had taken note and wasn't happy. So earlier this month, producer Metro Booming and rapper Future released a collab album called We Don't Trust You, and hidden in the track listing was an uncredited verse by Kendrick Lamar, and it was explosive. With a dope delivery, he took aim at Cole's verse, claiming there was no big three, it's just big me.
My man.
Yo.
What's going on over there?
Nothing much, man. Outside watching the game.
Hey,
how you doing? How you doing, man?
Listen, it's a good time for hip hop. I think it's a stressful time for us Drake fans. Hey, wait, you're not on the pod? Like, what's going on with this?
Listen. Don't worry about. No, I'm not podding. I'm chilling. I'm on off time. I'm letting these niggas do whatever they're doing. They're dropping a track every hour. Go ahead, have a blast.
Hey, I've said my opinion publicly. I think, I think rapping wise, I don't think there's a big disparity between both individuals rapping wise, but I'm going to give advantage to Kendrick when it comes to moves and with quote unquote tea or information or gossip, whatever you want to call it, because he's driving narratives that people care about more than what Drake is saying. How do you have this scored at this point? I gotta know.
How do I have it scored?
Yes.
I still got Kendrick up, but I absolutely love everything that's happened since you and I sat down last. I love the Drake record. I love the Kendrick record. I don't care if Drake has a daughter or not. It's not my business. I don't. They're doing a lot of tea. But
and by the way, it's a lie. It's 100% categorically is a lie. Does that matter though? Because we talked about lying as part of the battle.
No, the tea matters. The tea 100% matters.
But the veracity of the tea, like, is it truthful or not, or just saying it?
Both in the art of war. You can just say something, and if you can put that, that's all communication is, right? Like, if I say something and put when I say the N-word, you think nigga, right?
Yeah.
So if you just say something and put it in somebody's brain, true or not, you've put it in their brain. Like, these are frequencies. So, like, I'll tell you the rabbit hole my brain went down. I'm listening to the Kendrick joint that he dropped last night right after Drake. It gets to the daughter part. My mouth drops to the floor. I'm like, no way you got hit with the same move. And then he said the girl was 11. I said, no way in the world you've gotten this off for 11 years. Oh, my God, I'm blown away. Kendrick wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. Then Drake said, I dare one of y'all niggas to find my daughter. Yeah. I was like, oh, well, if you don't have a daughter, then you're just throwing shit at a wall.
Hey, I'll take it one further. Drake hit me and told me, he said, Ak, if you or anybody could find proof I have an 11-year-old daughter, I'll quit rapping and I'll come work for you. And I would love for Drake to work for me.
Well, then the internet went and found a girl that was his daughter. Allegedly. And then the internet said that was a mole, and Drake, I can't even keep up with all this Easter egg bullshit that they're doing out there. But last time you sat with me, well, shit, that was the other day. I told you.
It was yesterday, nigga. What you mean the other day? Yesterday.
Oh, shit, that was it. They're moving at the speed of light, Act. I don't know what day it is.
Yeah.
I don't know what day it is. But I told you that he should sing to them niggas.
No,
and he did.
Wait, here's the thing, though. I think this record that Kendrick dropped today gives a little bit more. I think this whole little mystery, I'm doing a true crime novel. He's doing like a true crime like music podcast. Like, hey, have you ever played? Have you ever like? A lot of people like that, but that's not where Drake usually is. Drake is on push-ups. He's on Family Matters, where it's more up-tempo, seemingly almost like club vibes. This record with Mustard, though, that's that.
Incredible.
That's
incredible. See, this is why these guys are such geniuses, right? Because Drake is such a huge target. You got to attack him just in so many different ways. For Kendrick to hop on the West Coast Bay type Mustard beat, he gonna have all the whole West Coast saying OV hoes. He called them niggas. He said that should stand for other vaginal options. He gonna have everybody on the West Coast calling this nigga a freak ass boy. So it don't really matter if it's true, right? Because you just got a whole half of a country saying that shit, or at least the West Side anyway.
Hey, by the way, I just had Wayno on, and I asked him this question, and I ask it to you. Is this a significant advantage? Because I keep hearing West Coast. Like even when Cam was speaking about it, he was like, "Yo, on the East Coast, we don't really have that solidarity to speak as a coast, but it does feel like the West Coast is rocking behind Kendrick, almost more incentivized to say his victory is a victory for us." Like,
well, I mean, the West they rock like that on all matters, seemingly. That's all I'll say there. And Kendrick is the guy, and he's throwing a lot of West Coast slang, and it's like he's doing it for the West. All his Pac references, these other sneak type gang lingo, like he talking on these shits. So yeah, it seems like they have a unified front, even though it's one person. It's interesting because you got to operate on the West Coast if you're in the music business.
Are we at the point of diminishing returns? I believe that now that Kendrick is, like sinking into this angle of, hey, you're a predator and the new Jeffrey Epstein of rap, and I'm going to put these sexual offender pins on your house. That
was crazy.
Like, I don't know if, I think a big L for Drake would be him trying to even respond to that. You can't, there's...
Oh, boy. Oh, well, respond to that.
Yeah, you can't make a record responding to that, right? Like, that just looks and sounds weird.
No, you leave that alone.
So
you ignore it. But, I mean, the more you ignore it,
the bigger it gets.
The more your opponent knows that you're ignoring it, and whether true or not, I'm gonna beat it in the head.
Okay. So if you're Drake, and I think one of the reasons why Kendrick dropped today on the Family Ties record, he says, "Yo, I'm about to go on vacation." Almost basically saying, you know what? Which, by the way, is interesting because Drake at first was saying, "No, not this time. You're not getting away." But it feels like Drake is saying, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good off of this shit. Like, I'm about to dip.
Me and you spoke for an hour yesterday, and I said the best thing for Drake to do, this is when you accused me of only giving Kendrick advice. I said, the best thing for Drake to do is find an out. And on the end of that amazing record he put out, he found out.
What was out?
Him. You just told me the out. Yo, I'm going on vacation. I'm not even doing this with y'all no more.
Yeah, but if you go on vacation and, like, again...
If you go on vacation, you admit defeat.
If you go on vacation and he bombs on you 2 more times, like, I don't think this is the last bomb.
If you go on vacation right this second and nothing else happens, or even if Kendrick bombed 1 more time, he could save face. His audience is big enough they might not give a fuck. But...
No, it's not about his audience. Do we just say it's an L, though?
Oh, no, it's an L. It's an L. I'm saying that as objective as possible. If he follows through with the vacation while a nigga's just bombing on him in every rap style that was ever invented, it's an L.
Yeah, I feel like this bomb felt like, hey, I might drop 12 more hours from now.
And I feel like he busted his clip. I feel like he emptied his clip on the joint he put out. He got to it.
Yeah, but he mentioned other niggas. It wasn't just solely about Kendrick.
Yeah, but that's the part. So you need to focus only on Kendrick. But I don't think he have enough info on Kendrick to do that. So he don't even have enough depth to the T that he's given on Kendrick to stretch it. Like, make that be the 5-minute song or the 6-minute song. You just firing at Kendrick and deal with them other ancillary niggas on the side. Like, I don't want to hear nothing about The Weeknd, Future. I did like hearing him talk about Future. I did. But I mean,
he
we
didn't
knew that
have
already.
anything for Future. Like that's the
But
only.
we knew that already. And,
You know,
and
he
it was
spared
good to hear
Future a
him
lot
say
of
that.
grace. He said, "I really don't even know why this is happening." He basically just said, "Man, fuck Metro again."
Yeah, like this is him. Metro. I wanted to see him and Kendrick. I think they over delivered. I'm pleased if this shit ends now.
Really?
Like when you started streaming, I put the YouTube on my TV. That West Coast beat got me in the mood to go out. I put something on. I start getting dressed with the jewelry at. Like that shit was a vibe. I ain't gonna hold you.
Now, to contrast what you said, listen, you know, the Drake fans are buzzing. I don't know if we're comfortable with it ending like this because because in reality, in my perfect world, I never thought it was going to be a knockout punch, but I definitely thought it was going to get to a place where there's going to be, for the end of time, we're going to argue about it like one of those close split decision fights. Be like, well, you watched it from this angle, I watched it from this angle, blah, 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 blah. Seeing Kendrick just incessantly drop, and he's just dropping, like, it looks like he's saying, whether you're going to engage or not, I'm going forward with my script. And I had 10 more left.
Sounds familiar to me.
That's What do you do if you're Drake? What do you do if you're Drake?
I told you already.
No. But what do you do now? Again, Kendrick just dropped, and I do believe this is now has a lot of people to say, hey, we hear you on the vacation shit, but no.
Yo, dog. 3 words. It's 3 words. Time stamp Drake. If we are not getting time stamp Drake, enjoy your vacation. Tune out all the noise. Ride your high horse off into the sunset. Because all these diss records he did, he still ain't do time stamp Drake and let a nigga beat him to the time stamp. Like, come on.
Okay.
Get in your bag.
Okay. I'll kind of agree with you on that.
He know what he got to do. Listen, we Drake fans at the end of the day. The real Drake fans all around the world been saying these 3 words for the past week. Time stamp Drake. That's it. You can't kill this artistic ass nigga with all of this, the singing. I wanted to hear the singing, but all of the melodies and the club bops. Because this nigga's good. Time stamp that nigga and leave. Drop the mic.
Yeah, I do think he has to have a drop mic moment where he's like, yo, if that nigga keeps talking, he's just shooting after the game, but this shit is over.
Yeah, if you're going to give me the nah, this time you following through. If you're going to get that to me, I got to hear timestamp Drake. I got to hear it.
Why do you think he hasn't done that?
Honestly, I think he fell for the mousetrap. I think both of these niggas are listening to too many. They listen to me and you too much. Honestly. I think they both listen to me and you too much. I think that Drake got caught slipping and did not think. I think the same way they're saying Kendrick got fed false information, I think Drake did too. I think Drake had it under good belief that Kendrick had 1 fire track in him and that was it, or maybe 2 at the most, or maybe wherever he was in life didn't have him in a space where he could write every day and just fire and bomb on him. I do not think Drake expected that at all. The way Kendrick stepped on that release last night was disrespectful. It was offensive. It was a genius thing to do. Have an evergreen diss track in the tuck for when as soon as he load, I'm on his ass. Like, and that's kind of some of the behaviors we expected to see from Drake. Or at least he was sounding like it. But again, don't talk tough when the nigga you looking for is not outside. Once he get outside, yeah, come on, show me something. I need timestamp Drake 1 time. 1 time, 6 minutes. Pick a city. Any city you want, nigga. You the boy. It's time. Go. Do it.
I think he's been trying to get the hit record with it. By the way, he released it to DSPs also simultaneously.
Hey, I'm going to hang up with you. I'm going to post a video from the strip club last night where the DJ was playing the new Drake shit. Shit sound good in there. It sounds good. That shit is hard. You did that already. You did it. We know you could do it. A hit don't do nothing for Drake no more. It just proves you can make a hit. But a hit ain't gonna kill this dude. This is not none of them other rappers. You gotta rap with him. If y'all been saying y'all are the best rappers in the world for the past 15 years, you have to at least prove. It looked like Drake is scared to rap with him. That's what it looks like. Being totally objective. He ain't tried to rap with solely him yet.
What do you mean, like be on like a soul sample, slower down record, like a Lemon Pepper?
Nah, yeah, one of them. Listen, Boy Wonder, he was just with Boy. He just was listening to the Boy Wonder pack. Boy Wonder done did some of the greatest timestamp records. Come on, man. Open up that other folder, not the one with the bops, not the one with the try.
Wait, you think that you think he doesn't want to rap with Kendrick?
I think that's how he's behaving.
Or maybe he's using his advantage. Yo, that nigga can't make hit songs like me.
That's not going to work. Fuck the battle. The Drake fans want to hear timestamp Drake.
That's true too.
Fuck them kids right now. It's
true.
wartime. Every time I ask this nigga to rap, y'all give me some excuse like he's a megastar. He don't need to rap. He's fucking a billionaire. He's trying to appeal to the kids.
Hey, I promise
now
you.
Y'all giving this shit to me in the heat of war? I hate you niggas, man.
If he drops a do not disturb even had a mic drop at the end. He's like, yo, I'll see y'all in November when I'm ready to do some shit again, basically. If he drops some shit like that, I'm good.
That's
Kendrick, you could go do pull-ups in Tribeca forever, nigga. I don't give a fuck. I kind of do want that. I'll agree. I agree.
That's all we need, man. And then the streets is fed. Everybody go home to their families.
I agree. I think one of those, even though, to be honest, I think to get a decisive winner, you might want to have a. Hey, we talked about it yesterday. Just package it as a combo. Just package it as a scary hours, just like how God's plan came with Diplomatic Community.
Dog, he need to do one of them spooky drops, 3 a.m., 2 a.m., just an hourglass. Don't tell nobody nothing. Don't tell the streamers, the potters.
Nah, you should tell me, though. Like, come on now.
I'll tell you. Let you keep cooking. I love that you cooking. But keep it low. Keep it low outside of that. And just go. Do it. Any city. Timestamp Drake. Hit him and tell him I said that.
1 p.m. in Compton, man.
Yeah, man. Come on. Get crazy on these niggas.
Well, also, I do think that he's probably
in Brooklyn. Or in Brooklyn.
Well, here's the thing, though. I think Kendrick has something for that where he probably wants to rap for, like, eternity. Yo, how do you deal with somebody, and by the way, you've been accused of this, too. The nigga that once you get, the game, there's a few others of y'all, when y'all get into an altercation lyrically, y'all drop so much material that it's now overwhelming for even the person you're battling against. They're like, nigga, you got it. You got too much time. You got too much bars. I got to get back to making.
Shout out to Ransom. Shout out to the niggas from that era that was about that. You got to let that type of nigga bust. Pause. You got to let that type of nigga bust his load. Like if it was me and I see Kendrick is gonna keep bombing. Well, I told you this yesterday. Yo, I told you this yesterday. Yeah, I'm gonna let him keep going. I'm gonna maximize that 19 days. I'm gonna let him be the best rapper in the world while he bomb on me. And then I'm coming. Because now I make it harder for him to keep responding. If it's 5-1 every time.
Hey, by the way, I disagreed with you yesterday, but seeing how Kendrick stepped on his release, I agree now. Take 3 weeks.
Yeah, let that nigga rap. Let that nigga sit
take
in the room.
3 weeks while Kendrick gets like, you know what I mean? Like he can't stay still real quick and he wants to keep dropping. And even if he drops 5 of them, just come back with 1.
Listen, when it was me, all them niggas was saying Joe sound like he in a room with the lights out by himself, just with a pen and pad locked in there. And they treated me that way, right? Like, so yeah, let that psycho nigga stay over there and write his little raps, and we're gonna ignore that. They need to apply a little of that with Kendrick. Ignore him for a little bit. Power punch when you strike. That shit he did last night was a power punch, but Kendrick just he did some shit.
And let me ask you, because and this is from this is the fan perspective. You being someone who's a well-renowned, really legendary MC. When you've been in these situations, right? And I remember I brought it up on the pod yesterday, and I think Ice joked. He was like, "Yo, no, he had a lot of them joints loaded." How many joints? And this from your brain, and this we're assuming here. How many joints you think Kendrick got loaded for Drake, and also Drake got loaded for Kendrick? And how did you treat those situations when you're going at a nigga and you gotta have some shit in the tuck?
You treat it like you treat streaming, 24/7. There's no time off now. The second that you hear a whisper that the other person is doing something, you need to be 2 seconds from the studio in real time. See, that mustard shit sound like it was like he kind of just wrote that.
Yeah,
it sounded like he was.
He mentioned Family Matters last night. That dropped last night.
It sounded like he was in the studio. The one last night was an evergreen joint. He had that in the tuck. The one before that, 616 in LA, we feel like could have been an evergreen joint that he just added one verse to. See, he's playing it smart with how he's managing his bars and his time and his records that he has in the tuck. He's in the studio with his favorite engineer and his phone of his favorite producers just sitting there. He's sitting there with Alchemist packs, Soundwave packs. Like, he's sitting there with packs from Killers. So Drake has those same resources, but I think Drake is too busy to play like this. I think he's too busy to play like this. I don't think he even got the time to do what needs to be done right now. The same trick, like when he was firing on Meek, when Meek was on tour, it wasn't really nothing he could do. Like, Drake is just too busy for this. There's nothing for him to gain in this, especially if he's not going to rap. If you're not going to do timestamp Drake, then ride off, man. Go ahead. Call it a day.
Yeah, but I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think Drake wants to have the reputation in rap, especially, granted, you have people like me that call him the GOAT. I don't think he wants to have the reputation of two battles where people might possibly definitively say, oh yeah, he lost both of those. People want to have the career of Mike and Floyd, all due respect to LeBron. Like, they don't want to be the guy like, yeah, he always stood up to the challenge, but like, he got spanked a couple times. I do think this is a battle he probably cares about way more than Pusha T, because this guy's a direct peer, right?
There'll be some people that feel that way, but I think they couldn't be any more wrong. Like, you have to give Drake all the credit in the world for going against everybody and never running for his entire career, well, except for me. But he's never ran from a fade, ever. And if you do that, you're bound to get hit a couple times, right? Like, LeBron has been to the finals 10 times, 9 times. So you could kill him for losing 5 of them, but you got to get there. So yeah. Drake ain't never ran from no smoke.
I agree.
Yeah, no, he stand there and fight. He fight.
I agree. Jeez.
But Joe. This is gonna look bad. So I hope he got a timestamp in him. He got enough watches. Get to it, man.
Do we get another record before the weekend's over?
Yeah, Kendrick might drop tomorrow. I ain't gonna lie to you. Kendrick might drop before Tuesday. I'm not doing nothing but going to work Tuesday because he's too active. Something else might happen.
Hey, I played this clip. It was from Rush Hour, and it was
I saw the clip.
And I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm genuinely saying, because, and I don't care what people keep saying, this whole boogeyman shit sounded great, but until I've seen a nigga, you can't tell me a nigga's like, yo, you don't want to fight him. And I say, yo, has he had a fight? They'll be like, nah, but he looked like he would fuck everybody up. I like to see it. I do like to see it. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm like, yo, why did y'all tell me this nigga this was his demeanor in war. Because, again, yeah, he's rapped the shit, but we've never seen him in war. Yo, he's paying attention to the moment, the timing. He's getting the references that a lot of these things we've seen Drake execute perfectly. We're seeing him do it possibly way better.
Yeah, absolutely right. I couldn't agree more. And I think Kendrick kind of addressed all of that you just said in the first half of 616 in LA, which is why that's one of my favorite records from this whole beef. Like that record ain't getting talked about enough. 616 in LA ain't getting talked about enough because Drake maybe stepped on it. I don't know why. He was talking on that shit. Oh, because he was rapping, and we in a rap battle where fans don't like rapping. I forgot about that. This shit is crazy.
well, a lot of people say they don't like it being too complicated. They like, if they got to research, they don't want to do that. They want it to be obvious.
I'm getting sick of the research too. And I know a lot of people maybe just don't fuck with Kendrick stylistically. But boy, for the people that do, he is putting on a clinic. He's putting on a clinic.
Man, stressful times, man. Hey, what's your advice to Drake fans like myself, man?
Timestamp Drake. That's it. 3 words. That's it. There's nothing else to say. Drake fans the best at finding some fucking logic and rationale for some shit. Man, just timestamp Drake and go on about your business.
Yeah, I was hoping the second joint after Push-Ups was going to be the timestamp. And if there was a third one, it would be more of like a Family Matters type of thing, or maybe the hit. But I did expect the timestamp. I was expecting it.
Go ahead.
I was expecting it. That's what I'm saying.
No, he was getting his shit off in that second record, but I think the timestamp would come later. He want to hit you to death and melody you to death. I like him singing at these niggas. He smoked that shit. He smoked that singing shit. But it's time to rap. Come on, it's rap time. It's rap time. All right, I'm going back in the spot.
Wait, last question. If Drake doesn't respond, do you look at him different?
No, he's still that dude. He's still that dude. But I mean, no, I'm not gonna look at him no different. Because I mean, he behaved this way with Pusha. He behaved this way with me. Like the MCs kind of look at him like that already. He ain't never gonna beat that rap. The MCs look at him like when an MC is there, he might become a kind soul.
Interesting.
He ain't gonna run from no fight. But if it's a nigga there that go, he could get humble. So I don't think it hurts him if you don't respond. If you don't do a timestamp and it ends right now, ultimately it don't affect him at all. Which is why I said there's nothing really for him to gain here, everything to lose.
True.
That's one of the things that come along with being on top. Yeah. Shout to both of these gentlemen for putting on a clinic for hip hop.
Yeah, 100%. Joe, listen, man, I feel like we've had so much hip hop conversation, man. Listen, it's what day is today? I don't even know what day it is. It's a Saturday. Enjoy your Saturday night. By the way, we have damn nearly 200,000 people watching. I will be appearing. I'll be appearing on the Joe Budden podcast. Joe, how can they find your podcast? I do want them to go check that out. I think we had a great conversation.
No, shit. We had a great conversation. And that conversation's coming out tomorrow. I don't care if these niggas drop 10 million disses since we had that talk. That was a great talk. It'll be out on Patreon on Monday. And we'll see what the week holds, man. I love you. Good luck to the Drake fans. Good night for Kendrick fans.
All right, get out of here, Joe. Enjoy your weekend, man. Enjoy your weekend, man.
All right.
Oh, man.